Continuing now with Donald Trump, who rejoins us from his New York City headquarters. So the Philadelphia Daily News, a tabloid, puts you on page one looking like Hitler. Does that kind of stuff bother you personally?
Certainly I don't like it. I think it's disgraceful that they're allowed to do it. I am a person that is, I'm in the forefront of something that's never, I guess, been done before. I've been called by very, very respected writers saying they've never seen anything like this happen in American politics. So a lot of people don't like it. That's a failing newspaper. It won't be in business much longer from what I understand. And you have many other failing newspapers, and they write and they hope. But, they're hoping against the wrong person. Look, my whole theme is make America great again. That's what I want to do, Bill. That's all I care about.
Okay, and
I don't care about anything.
And that's
I want to make America great again.
And that's why you've been successful so far. But the strategy now is to call you Adolf. NBC, their cable arm, did it all night last night. As you mentioned, a few other failing newspapers are painting you as Joseph McCarthy or worse. Does this affect your family, number one, and your business, number two?
Well, first of all, Bill, just so we can really say it, I've also been treated extremely fairly by many of the media. And, I wouldn't say a majority, but I've been treated very fairly. I've been given great credit for what I've accomplished. And, I have to say that. Some of the media has been extremely fair. And actually to a point where I'm actually surprised by it. Yes, it affects my family. They don't like seeing their father or their husband ridiculed in newspapers. But in the end, they're very smart people. And they say, well, wait a minute, they're after you because you're up by 20 points and you've done something that's never been done before in American politics. So I think pretty much they understand it.
All right, but they're trying to brand you, and you're the master at branding. All right, and so you understand what the subtext here is. They're trying to brand you as a fascist, all right, as a person who would violate human rights, as a bigot, as a Nazi. And they're hoping that brand will stick, at least in some people's minds. So your family, to their credit, as you're saying, is smart enough to understand what is in play. But your business, and overseas business, all of that, if you don't prevail, that may be affected.
That could be affected, Bill, but you know what? I built an amazing company. I'm a very rich person. I'm self-funding my own campaign, and frankly, I'm putting up my own money. And if I lose some businesses overseas, it doesn't have any impact on me whatsoever. What I'm doing right now, Bill, is far more important than any single business that I own. And I could be affected by business. I don't really care. I'm not a public company. I have a private company. It turned out to be far more valuable than anybody believed when I did the filings in the FEC. I mean, it turned out to be far more valuable. I built a great company with great assets. You know some of these assets. And very few people have done what I've been able to do. Honestly, if some of the business is affected, it's not important to me. What is important is that we get the word out, that we make America great again, and that we have security for our country. Our country is not secure, Bill. They're pouring across the southern border. We're going to build a wall. Mexico's going to pay for the wall. We're going to stop drugs from coming across.
Okay,
all
we're
of these
back
things
to
are
the first announcement now. But I got one more very serious question here. You mentioned the establishment Republicans don't like you, and that's true. They don't. If you don't get the delegate count to put you over the top, you go to the convention, okay? And then the convention brokers do what they do. There's a good chance you're not going to get as many delegates to give you the nomination. So if they deny the nomination to you, which is very, very possible, are you going to run on a third-party ticket, thereby handing the election to Hillary Clinton?
I think that I will get the delegates. I'm winning in Iowa big. I'm winning in South Carolina. I'm winning in New Hampshire big.
If you don't.
If I'm treated fairly, I would never do it. If I'm not treated fairly, I might very well do it.
All right. If you do
frankly, my deal was I have to be treated fairly.
All right.
Well, who knows? But my deal was I have to be treated fairly. If the Republicans treat me fairly, the so-called establishment, of which I was a member about 7 months ago, you understand that, right? Once I decided to run, I was no longer a member of the establishment.
Okay.
But I found the establishment has not been as smart as people thought, and you see what's happened to the establishment. Look, we have to do the right thing, and we have to be truthful, and we have to say what the problems are. That's what I'm doing, and that's why I'm winning. And the people out there that vote, they're agreeing with what I'm saying, and that's more important than the establishment.
Okay. Donald, always a pleasure to have you on, and we appreciate you taking the time.